Hello, my no subscribers. Today, it's my first video, and I'll be doing a video of what if Deku had the Phoenix Force. Here's how it starts. Deku is showing no signs of a quirk, so his mother takes him to the doctor's office. And when the test results come in, they find out he's quirkless. Deku's spirits are crushed. So when he goes back home, he's watching a video of All Might, and he asks his mother if I can still be a hero. Then, fast forward 10 years later, Bakugo is bullying Deku. Bakugo is bullying Deku. And then, after throwing Deku's notebook out the window, it lands into the pond, a little pond where the fishes are. Deku walks outside to grab it. He's absolutely pissed. So he starts walking home. Deku hears screeching behind him. He turns around and sees a flaming firebird coming at him. Deku starts running, but the firebird's too fast and catches him. Deku's hit. He feels tremendous pain. And then he notices that it's going inside of his body. And then once it's fully inside, he's caught in a huge explosion. And then everything goes black. Deku wakes up in the hospital, in a patient's room. He's surprised to see that he has no burns on his body or injuries. The doctor tells him that he was caught in an explosion that killed tens of people living nearby. And that Deku's lucky to be alive. Oh my god, it's so good. And so Deku, he's sent back home with his mother. The next 2 weeks later, Deku is able to go back to middle school. He goes back to school. Everything remains the same. Everyone's laughing at Deku. He's always getting bullied. Kachan. But one day Kachan went way too far. What does he do? He tells Deku to jump off the roof, and so that no one will ever have to deal with him again. This makes Deku mad. His eyes go on fire, and flames surround him. God, what am I doing? This is 20, oh my god, 3 minutes in? Okay. Where am I taking this story now? Deku yells at Kachan, I am life incarnate. I am Phoenix. I will never die. That's when the flames disappear and Deku falls on the ground unconscious. Bakugo and his goons are standing there speechless. That's when the teachers run in to see what happened. They see Deku on the floor with burn marks around, not on him, not on his body, but around the room. They think that Bakugo did this. But they're too scared to address him for some reason. So, Deku's taken to the nurse's office where he wakes up to see his mother sitting there. His mother asked him, are you alright? And Deku said, yeah. So she takes him home, and Deku goes to bed. He has a dream. Deku falls asleep and has a dream. What is this? That he's Phoenix. He's the Phoenix. And he's destroying everyone who ever hurt him. he became the -- 1 hero with the Phoenix. He also learned about He also managed to use 2 new powers in his dream. Oh, I should have explained the power of the Phoenix earlier. And so he uses his telekinetic and telepathic abilities. That's what the Phoenix Force also gives its host. And then Deku wakes up to his alarm. Deku gets ready and goes to school. When Deku gets to school, what am I doing? He sees Kacchan and his goons again. He thinks that they're going to approach him and start bullying him, but they see him and quickly run away into the school. Deku is confused by this, but he just shrugs it off and goes into the classroom. He sees everyone staring at him. Everyone's staring at him in fear for some reason. Deku is really confused and just sits down in his seat. The day goes by quickly, and Deku goes and the bell rings, surprisingly, and so when Deku starts going home. Wait, scratch that, go back. The teacher talks about what you want to be, and he already knows everyone wants to go to the UA entrance exam. Deku's excited about this. So, Deku, I'm not giving him one for all. Deku starts going to start training. And when he was walking home to start going to a training area for him by himself, the sludge villain attacks him. Deku holds his hands out and nothing happened. Well, he closed his eyes, and when he opened his eyes, he sees the sludge villain stuck in midair while Deku's holding his hands out. Deku's wondering what happened. Then All Might shows up and sees Deku holding the sludge villain in the air with his powers. And then All Might punches the sludge villain and puts him into the bottle. Deku asks All Might if he could be a hero. He could be a hero without a quirk. And All Might says, no, you must have a quirk in order to be a hero. This really crushes Deku's spirits. This also makes the Phoenix mad for some reason. What is going on? What is this video doing? What am I doing? Deku. Oh my god, what am I doing? Deku goes home. He hears an explosion. And he sees the sludge villain has Bakugo. Midoriya is oh my god. I hope y'all can hear me, but I hope I did not just let this video be going without me y'all not hearing me. But okay, so Deku is upset about this. This also awakens the Phoenix in him. And Deku loses control. Deku blacks out, but the Phoenix awakens. And he goes into full Phoenix mode, and the Phoenix is surrounding him in flames. I don't know what's going on here. My god, the Phoenix. What is the Phoenix doing now? They have the worst story ever. The Phoenix said, and the Phoenix flies over to the sludge villain Everyone's looking at him in shock. As Deku uses his telekinesis to tear as the Phoenix uses its telekinetic abilities on Deku to tear the sludge villain apart and free Bakugo. Then the Phoenix goes back inside Deku. Well, it was running Deku close, and Deku wakes up on the ground with the Pro Hero Sword looking at him. Deku is getting praised, so is Bakugo, for his power. Deku doesn't care and starts going home. He then hears running behind him and turns around to see Bakugo looking at him saying, "I don't need your help, you quirkless loser." Wait, I didn't need your help, you quirkless loser. I could have handled the sludge villain all by myself. So Deku starts going home. All Might doesn't go to see him because, for some reason, All Might doesn't go to see him. Well, yeah, All Might was too late to see Deku. Deku gets home, and he starts to do push-ups, and then sit-ups, and then practices on hand-to-hand combat for training for the UA entrance. So, Deku, since when he stopped the sludge villain, wants to see if he really does have a quirk. So he goes to the beach where he trained with All Might. It's great. Just say All Might. He doesn't train with All Might though. And he focuses his mind to pick up a huge object. He closes his eyes. When he opens his eyes, the object is in the air. So he tries with another object, with another object, and it goes into the air. And another, and another. Deku starts to clear out the whole beach with his newfound power. Deku is amazed to see that he actually has a quirk, a quote-unquote quirk. So Deku, when he clears out the beach, he does more physical training than quirk training. When Deku is done, he has a whole six-pack. Well, for the whole 10 months of training. After doing running around, the academic training, hand-to-hand combat, quirk training, quote-unquote quirk training, everything you train for, strength training. So it's time for the UA entrance exam. Deku aces the academic test, and now it's time for the power one. Deku is looking at people. He starts hearing voices in his head saying that, "Isn't it that quirkless loser who can't do anything? Oh, him, he's definitely gonna fail." Deku's like, "What's going on?" But he ignores the voices, and the voices disappear. Deku gets ready for the entrance exam. When Deku gets ready, President Mike says go, and Deku runs in. He starts crushing robots, throwing them pricking them apart in half. Deku's at least 92 points when he sees the giant robot appear. Deku sees some girl trapped under rocks. He runs over. A building piece is about to crush him, but he catches the building pieces and throws it at the robot. It hits the robot and knocks it backwards. Deku uses his power to lift the rubble off of her and her up into the air to get her out of there. Deku then destroys the robot. Deku, after the entrance exam and everyone gets checked up on to see if they have any injuries, they're all allowed to go home now. Deku walks home, scoring number 1. So Deku gets the letter 2 weeks later to see if he made it. And it shows that Deku has at least 92 points, or whatever points I said, 92, I think, and 60 points for hero, for saving points, or whatever it said in the anime. Deku then is excited, and when he tells his mother about the good news, she gets even more excited and starts crying waterfall tears. Deku is gets ready for his first day at UA, at least, what month it happens in. Well, that's part 2 of Deku. What if Deku had the Phoenix Force? Bye.